As a continuation of Eren's descent to madness, we take a look at what happens from after the time skip till the end of the show. We left off in the last video at the end when they got to the beach and Eren pointed to the world stating that their enemy is outside the world, and then the events of the time skip. Before the time skip, Eren had already realized that when he comes in contact with a royal blood Eldian, it activates the power of the founding titan, and in order to not get Historia to be forced into a titan, he had decided to keep that information on a down low from everybody else. During the award ceremony, when his hand came in contact with Historia, Eren was awarded with the memories of his past and his future, as well as the memories of past users of the attack titan. This completely changed his mentality, as now his focus has shifted from the titans because he knows who the true enemies are, which are the people that were oppressing Eldians in Marley. Throughout the time skip, Eren, along with the scouts, managed to stop a bunch of Marleyan ships from arriving to Eldia and dropping in more titans. Finally, he managed to sneak himself as an injured soldier into Marley and stationed in a hospital. While at the hospital, he managed to get close to Falco, bonded with him, and used him to send information to his people, and they finally managed to plan the attack of Marley, which led to Armin killing a bunch of innocent people, as well as Eren killing a bunch of innocent Marleyans, but also destroys their military leadership in the process and gaining the Warhammer Titan. By doing this, it gives Paradise some time to prepare and plan further in their current war with Marley. When Eren was rescued, he was arrested and put in prison due to his actions, which caused a lot of people to die, including Sasha Browse. His people from Paradise were under the assumption that Eren was being manipulated by Zeke. Zeke, who is his brother, is a titan of royal blood, and his intention is to use Eren's founding titan power to euthanize Eldia, or the whole of Eldians, so that their population can dwindle down as a punishment for their sins that they've caused in the past. Eren definitely wasn't having that. His intention was the complete liberation of the Paradise people. Rightfully so, he had a few followers along in the city called the Yeagerists, who were not happy with him being imprisoned. Eren manages to escape and joins back with the Yeagerists, and then a conflict happens between the Yeagerists and the other scout regiment because of opposing ideas and the way to achieve peace. Eren's plans to use the Rumbling to commit a mass genocide of the world, killing everybody else except them, did not sit right with his friends and the rest of the people within the scout regiment. But the Yeagers were behind Eren, and they saw him as liberation, as their hero, as their goal. Marley then attacks Paradise in order to revenge and kill Eren for the attack on Marley, as well as get the founding titan and save Falco, Gabi, and the rest of them. In this fight, his head gets shot off, and he finally comes in contact with Zeke, which then takes them to the path where the founding titan is, and then he sees Zeke chained to the floor. To prove to Eren that he has been brainwashed by his father, Zeke showed him memories of the past. While looking at those memories, we realized that Eren's father did not really brainwash him, but was coerced by Eren to take hold of the founding titan because of the future plans that Eren had to use the Rumbling, and the realization that their dad actually still loved Zeke and thought about him well after he left Zeke in like a conflicted state. Seeing that Eren's view is not going to change, Zeke unbinds himself from the chain and chains Eren, stating that Ymir will only listen to titans of royal family. Eren manages to break out of those chains and connect with Ymir, promising to free her from the struggles that she's been facing, finally getting control of the power of the founding titan. After getting the power of the founding titan, he calls off every Eldian, all his friends, and tells them his intention of the Rumbling, and they should try and stop it. He starts the Rumbling, and the Rumbling goes ahead killing 80% of the world, till eventually his friends stop him with Mikasa cutting off his head. But his main intention with the Rumbling was to become a villain so he could be killed by Eldians, which would then lead to the world believing that the Eldians were the ones that protected them, because he believes as long as Eldians have the power of the Titan, they would always be hated. As well as he managed to kill 80% of the world, so it would give the Eldians enough time to prepare before the world catches up to a point where they would be able to kill Eldians. And with his death, that also ends the cycle of the Titans, and the Eldians that were turned into Titans by the consumption of Zeke's blood will be turned back into human beings. So at the end of the day, Eren really became the evil villain, sacrificed himself in order to protect him and his friends, and that was the best way he could see fit. This is for somebody that only had a few years to live. So then you ask the question, was he really mad? Or did he actually have everything planned and he just took the burden upon himself? For me, I'm just gonna say Eren is the GOAT. That brings us to the end of basically the history of Eren and his descent to madness, or madness really. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thumbs up.